David Hart. I'm a new trustee of the Park McCullough House, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and all our volunteers who this place wouldn't exist without, welcome. I'm going to ask our volunteers and board members if they would raise their hands if they're in the audience, and we're going to give them a big round of applause. Tonight, we are pleased to present The Victorian Romance for one night only. This is the third time, I believe, that this has been performed. The last time was 5 years ago. And tonight's presentation features a recitation of a compendium of courtship letters between Lizzie Park and John McCullough, which have been compiled and edited by our very dear Randolyn Zinn, who I will introduce shortly. Now, I would like to introduce two of our staff members who work very hard on behalf of the organization to ensure its continued growth and success, and Mike Rice, our Director of Philanthropy.
Thank you, David. Thank you all so much for being here. This is such an exciting night for me because I joined the team here this spring, and this is the first time I've seen the house so full of life. So really wonderful to see you all tonight. I just want to take a minute to thank, so this year, one of the first things I did when I came on board was to launch a new program of community partners, because this is a place, as you all know, obviously, that is so important to this community, both the house and the grounds, and we need folks to support that. So we reached out to a lot of our local businesses and organizations and shared that story with them. We have such deep gratitude for our presenting community sponsors this year. That's the Bank of Bennington and Four Corner Properties. I know there are some folks from the bank in the house tonight, and Lori Hurley from Four Corner Properties is here. Thank you, both of you, so much for being presenting sponsors this year. And then our friend-level community partners this year as well. That's Brenda Jones Real Estate Group, Centerline Architects, Church Street Hospitality, DB McKenna, GVH Studio, Maple Leaf Realty, RK Miles, Stewart Shops, and Sustainable Design LLC. Thank you so much to all of them as well. And if anybody in the room has a business or an organization, you didn't hear yourself on that list, and you think maybe this is something you'd like to be a part of, please do reach out or chat with me after tonight's program. I would love to get you involved. Thank you.
And now I would like to introduce Polly Rain, our museum director.
Hi everyone. It's really wonderful to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining us. I have had the privilege of getting to know a number of you over the past couple of years, and it's been such a privilege. I appreciate seeing your faces. I appreciate our members' support and engagement. Thank you for being here. So, just a couple of things about this evening. Please visit the little shop, the admissions area. If you are not a member, consider it. They are invaluable. They mean everything to us. They keep us going, really. Talk to me about membership. Take a look at some really fun titles, books in there, and gifts. Enjoy some light bites and a cocktail or beverage afterwards. And we are all looking forward to getting to know those of you who are new better. And for those of you who are returning members, thank you so much and enjoy.
And now, without further ado, I am going to introduce our very own near and dear Randolyn Zinn and Al McCullough. Hello.
Before we begin, I just want to say that when I read these letters, the house came alive for me in a completely new way. And I think you'll understand how that happened as we read them.
We you've read these letters now twice.
3 times.
Who's heard them before? Rick and Mary Fineman. Thank you for coming back to hear them again. We think they're worthy of multiple hearings. These letters take place over the course of a couple of years between Lizzie Park, whose father, Trenner, who's right there on the wall, built this house. She wrote most of these letters from the bedroom in that second-story corner facing the train to town. Trenner was mostly, John is mostly in California and San Francisco during his writings. She's mostly here. They meet a couple of times.
Well, all this will be
Well,
prologue.
this is a story about love.
A love that crossed America from San Francisco to North Bennington.
A story about right here, this place.
The main characters include:
Trenner Park, who was a self-made man who built this house
he made 7 fortunes.
and lost 6.
So understandably, he suffered from mental exhaustion.
The 2 principal players are Trenner's daughter, Lizzie,
And Trenner's young law partner in San Francisco, John G. McCullough.
and they happen to be my great-great-grandparents.
John met Lizzie first when she was a little girl in San Francisco, then again when she was 20.
And she completely conquered me.
This is a story about the persuasive power of the written word.
And a courtship conducted almost entirely by letter.
These are the excerpted letters of Lizzie Park and John McCullough.
An edited compilation by Randall and Zinn. St. Nicholas Hotel, New York, June 21st, 1869. My dear, dear Miss Lizzie, I would give all this world to be back in North Bennington. Miss Lizzie, I sometimes think this life is not worth living for, that its sorrows and partings more than counterbalance its joys and greetings. But you, good, true, pure, innocent soul, will say, that is wicked. And it is, and I know it. I wish you and your mother had come into New York, as sitting beside you and touching your dress, I was perfectly happy. Will you please send me one of those 4-leaved clovers? And now, good night, you good girl. I have to stop right now and say, I will at some point during this reading start crying, so just leave it away. And she will too, and we have our handkerchief. 2 weeks later.
July 4th, 1869. My dear friend, Friday evening a letter and a second roll of songs came from you. You asked which songs I like best. I've had so little time to try them out that I can hardly tell. Of those I have tried, I think I like Forget Me Not the best. I must say there is little subject for letter writing in this small place, and as I said before, I cannot romance. So we'll close before I weary you. Oh, the bell is just rung for lunch. I must go. Goodbye.
San Francisco, July 17. My dear, dear Miss Lizzie, it is to me very, very pleasant to talk to you on paper. It is just 1 week ago tonight since I arrived here in San Francisco, and as one has beautifully said, a week by my counting and a year by my heart. On this Sabbath morning, there is but one thing I would rather be doing than writing this, and that is going to church at North Bennington with you, even to hear old brother what's-his-name preach about riches. The same day, a letter to her father, Trevor Park. San Francisco, July 17th. My dear Mr. Park, I am back just a week yesterday and intended to write you sooner, but I was a guest at your house, and it is due to you that I should frankly say that while there, I became sincerely attached to your daughter, and she knows it. Whatever her New England home and parents and influences may have done, nature has done more. I don't mean any personal beauty, though she has, it is her chiefest jewel, but her unostentatious, easy grace of movement, her kindly manner of speech and act to all around her, the sweet amiability of her temper, the winning traits of her head and heart, her almost dangerously delicate sensitiveness, her Christian trust, and above all, the sublime simplicity of her character, and still more, her seemingly total unconsciousness of it all just conquered me. I mean, that's a sentence. Paris or Fifth Avenue and all the tinsel of position or wealth can't ruin her. Of me, you can or do know all. My outer and inner life, my position, character, and ability, my present and future prospects. And be assured, my dear sir, of one thing, that were I ever the fortunate man, no wind should ever blow harshly upon her, and no act of loving kindness should ever be wanting. This is my first and last letter of this kind, and I'm glad it is over. And as it was simply to advise you of a fact very near to me, I don't know that it needs any answer. I am very truly your friend, John G. McCullough. 3 weeks later.
St. Nicholas Hotel, New York, August 5th, 1869. My dear friend, I have seated myself on a big trunk so as to be near the gas and with a book to write on, and I'm going to have a little chat with you before going to bed. Now, I want to come to a little understanding with you, young man. You say, I might go to Paris or anywhere else and always come back Miss Lizzie Park. That is the most unkindest thing you've ever said to me. I know all my friends at home here say that I'll be an old maid and make all manner of fun of me, but to think that you, who are so far away, and ought to say pleasant things to me, should join right in with the others. Haven't I been trying all my life to get married? Didn't I go down to New Haven right in among the Yale students with the hope of having some success? All that Ned Phelps introduced to me were engaged, so I decided I didn't want any of them. So you will think me very silly writing all this nonsense, but never mind. Friday, Mama and I went out most of the day having my pictures taken, and I will send you one, hoping you will like it. Papa seems so much better and is getting to look more natural. Mr. Kensett, the artist.
Who painted that painting right there?
Thank you. Said that he thought that Miss Park had the most artistic eyes of any lady he knew. What do you think about that? It has set me up so that I don't think I shall have anything to do with my old friends, but shall hereafter associate only with those who are cultured in art. Mama sends love to you.
August 17, 1869. My dear, dear Miss Lizzie, I got your letter this morning, and what is better, your sweet picture. I say picture, but confound the mail, it has bent and disfigured it a little. Yet it is first rate, The expression is natural and brings to mind the winning and witching original, the good, quiet, easy, graceful, and almost irresistible Miss Lizzie sits before me in imagination. But what I like still better is that you sent it, and be assured I shall cherish it very dearly. And so you think you will in future only associate with those cultivated in art? Where will I be then? Why thus will you desert those once your associates who can never hope to reach the lofty pitch to which you are fast tending? From that acme you will doubtless look down in pity upon us croquet players. What a taunting little picture you send me about your going to Paris and coming back, Miss Lizzie Park. You may laugh as you will, but to me, whatever change may come over your spirit of your life's dream or name, to me, you will always be the Miss Lizzie Park of June 1869. I wish we could come together for a little while today, say you. From the bottom, from the bottom of my heart, I echo the sentiment. Not for a little while, but may I add, forever?
10 days later, August 27th, 1869. My dear friend, I am afraid I spend more time sitting here with my pen in hand, looking out the window, thinking instead of writing. I don't think it is my nature to talk much of my feelings. People, to know me, must wait for a longer acquaintance. But I want you to know me, just as I know myself. But I fear you would then have a very different opinion of me. It seems rather discouraging work getting acquainted when we are so far apart. And what's more, I'm spoiling my personal appearance, and that won't do. Tears, as a general thing, are not conducive to beauty. 8 days later, home, September 5th, 1869. My dear friend, Mama wrote you about going to Europe. The doctors have all told Papa that he must get away from business to go there. I used to want to go more than anywhere else in the world, but now I can't bear to think of it. Vermont is far enough away from California without going any further. No one knows when the railroad business can be closed up, but Papa says as soon as he can leave it, he shall go. Maybe this winter or not till spring. I have so hoped he would want to go to San Francisco, but he doesn't have the least desire to do so. And now I must, like a good girl, be satisfied and say nothing, for we must want to do what is best for his health, and it is wrong and selfish to think of my own pleasure for a moment where Papa's health is concerned. Truly yours, Lizzie.
4 days later, September 9, 1869. My dear, dear Lizzie, you dear, good, sweet girl, I just simply worship you. I fear you were just a little sad when writing part of your last letter. I suppose it is hard for you to get acquainted with me at this long distance. Rest assured, every word you utter is precious to me. When you speak of tears, that just completely conquers me. Indeed, you must not. All yet will be well. Were the tears that filled your eyes those of pity or joy or sorrow, I would delight to sit down by your side to talk if you wished to. If not, just to be there and touch your dress. All I can say is that I am always the same foolish, good-for-nothing fellow you saw. I only wish you to know me fully. Satisfy yourself in your own good time, yea or nay. Yea if you can, nay if you must. of my inner life, my connections, my associations, my business relations, my incomings and outgoings here, my public and my private life, my everyday surroundings, any doings, all here know, as I wish it were easier that you may not tire out in the effort to get to know all that. Can I do or say anything to assist you? Command me. But you are all away, off, and if you do go to Europe, I wonder if you will forget the writer. Well, such is life. It is very hard. About your father's health, your mother and you must absolutely take Mr. Park away. In my opinion, he must go and stay away for some time. Don't misinterpret these last lines. They cost me more than you think. To think of your going away across the ocean is very sad to me. You must laugh and eat more. Indeed, I know you have grown very tall within a few months. Beat your father at whist, but go up every day into that grove, play croquet, breathe the air by the big lungs full. Indeed, you must not shed many tears. Everything is bright and happy for you. My affection for you grows as the days increase in numbers, and it is the one dream of my life. I am devotedly yours.
North Bennington, September 1869. My dear friend, Monday morning we went from Manchester to Dorset, a ride of 6 miles on our picnic, and took the 5 o'clock train home. The more I see the smallest picture you sent, the better it seems to me. I think, though, I shall not change the one I have of you in my watch, for I've carried it so long, though I like the new one best. You'd laugh to see how careful I am that no one sees my watch. For a moment, I never forget to wear it now or to wind it, which I used to do. I can imagine the astonishment of some of my friends if they could open it for a moment. September 22nd, 1869. My dear friend, a few months ago, I would not have dreamed that I could ever write to you as I have. I do not mean you alone, but to any man. Never in my life have I led any gentleman by any word to think I cared for him more than for any other friend. But with you, it is different. I am willing you should know every thought I have, but it's hard for me to tell you all and much harder to write. I have now made up my mind to talk to you as freely as I think. And if you ever think me in any way unmaidenly, just tell me. I have always thought if ever I had occasion to write love letters, they would in every respect be very dignified and perfect. But some way I have changed my mind, and I'm going to think on paper, and only one shall have the benefit of those thoughts, foolish as they are sure to be. My mother is the only one with whom I talk freely, but now I would talk with you as with her. You have my entire confidence, and you know it. How strange to see this on paper, and to think I wrote it, when until now it has only been in my head. You will write soon, won't you? The time is so much shorter when I hear from you. Last week was so short that I send you some little leaves, but they are very much faded. Believe that I am, and will always be, your loving Lizzie.
September 23rd. This is the next day. Letters are crossing 6-10 days to get from coast to coast. So much of their missives are this. My dear, dear, dear Miss Lizzie, I just got your Manchester letter. It carries the most thrilling message you ever wrote. Oh, I pray it is true that the darling creature in black and blue is to be here. Oh, Miss Lizzie, don't fail to come. My whole soul is mopped up in it. now that it is settled, you are coming out, and on the 1st of October, glory hallelujah. The band outside is playing. We'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home, and it makes my blood dance. I feel gay as Lizzie comes marching over. Bring me some autumn leaves. How I should be ineffably happy to roam the autumn woods with my Lizzie. Goodbye, and believe me ever and only your John. This is some hours later. 9:30 p.m. My own darling girl, it is so sweet to hear you say, her heart is his alone. I live for you, all mine, all thine. It is a new and strange life to me. Don't apologize for your letters, for mine are honestly horrible, and I don't see how you read them. I never see a fault in yours. I want to talk to you about your own dear self all the time, how you live and where you go and what you do and what you think and whom you think of. From you, I have no secrets. I wonder if my darling Lizzie couldn't call me John.
In my little room, 11 p.m., October 1st, 1869. I've been sitting for a few moments with my pen over my paper, wondering how to commence. It has always been, my dear friend. And now I feel that you are even nearer than that, but never mind. I'll go on with my letters. I've only a moment to write. Aunt Martha asked me if I hadn't a new ring, pointing to yours, and said she'd never noticed before. I presume she didn't quite understand. So far, I've never taken it off. Last Sunday, Grandma gave me the letters she and Grandpa wrote before they were married more than 50 years ago. Grandpa wrote a beautiful hand, and it seemed so strange to look them over, yellow with age and torn. It seems so strange that you will so soon hold this letter of mine. So, your friend Miss Hastings is married. I don't like to go to weddings, and never do if I can avoid it. They are too serious. You must write me all about it, however, and tell me if the bride looked pretty. It's late, and my eyes are not in the best of trim. Good night, and write soon and often to your loving girl.
5 days later. I'm so very sorry that you are not coming. I think I could now tell you better how completely, how unreservedly, how unselfishly I love you. But I suppose it is not to be. Well, this is a foolish letter. I have no one to talk to.
October 9th, 1869. Dear John. There it stands, and even if it has been in my head and thoughts 1,000 times on paper, it seems so different. I never heard you called John except by Papa, so it hardly seems as if it is you, but I'll get used to it. And it has always been the sweetest name to me, a good, true name, like yourself, and I'm glad it is yours. Sunday, 12 p.m. Now it is tomorrow, and I am home from church. I do wish that you could forget that I ever wrote to you that we might be coming to San Francisco, for now it is doubtful when we go, if at all, and you are expecting us all the time. We must wait for Papa's pleasure. He is much better, but still very weak and doesn't have any desire to go out of the house.
To Mrs. Trenner W. Park, October 13, 1869. You ask when I can come out on that side to live. Mrs. Park, I cannot say. It may be in 5 years. It would be unjust to myself and others, and unjust to her, were she to be more to me than she is, to break up now, at my age, my practice here. I am in full practice and am entirely too young to stop now. No one knows better than Mr. Park how suicidal it would be. I am not anxious to be rich, but I must have a competence, which nowadays means more than it used to, as you are aware. About waiting, my word is my bond, and I do think that the winters on this side would be a great benefit to her health. With Vermont summers and our winters, I think her health would be fully established and she very strong. Mrs. Park, I do wish from the bottom of my heart that Mr. Park would come out. Your dear friend, John G. McCullough.
After staying downstairs with the old people, I've come upstairs to finish this note. When I look back and think of all that has taken place, that little visit here, so short, that has brought such a change to me, it all seems so strange and like a dream. And if it were not for your letters, I think I might sometime be tempted to look on it as such. I can't bear not to see you. You need never doubt me or think I shall change.
October 24th. So, my own sweet girl thinks of me very often and is not afraid. Isn't that so, Lizzie? I am 6 feet and you only 5.5. I am a great, coarse man and you a mimosa sensitiva. And yet you boldly say you don't fear me? Well, my brave girl, in your presence, I am timid, and you could easily conquer me. In fact, you have already taken me captive, and your lightest command is my law.
4 days later. Dear John, you know, I'm beginning to think this separation, which has been so hard, and still is doing me a bit of good in one respect. If we had been together all the time, I would be more with you, as I am and always have been with others, and I should never have had the courage to tell you all these foolish things to your face. I'm pretty sure, could I see you now, I could talk to you more freely than to anyone else in the world. I'm certain that you will find much in me to disappoint, but I want you to see me just as I really am. I'm yours, dear John. Lizzie Hall Park.
This is about a month later. My Lizzie, darling, you wonder if when we do meet I will not be disappointed in you. You know that my whole soul is centered on you, just as you are. I was no boy in age or experience or observation. It was no mere boy's dream. I had met hundreds of ladies in all classes and positions of life. I had long an indistinct ideal in my own brain, and when I saw you, your whole character, bearing, and manner completely conquered me. My wish was that by her next birthday, my Lizzie might learn to love me as truly, as purely, as deeply, as nearly, and as dearly as I love her. How I wish I could put on the ring that should be the outward symbol of our linked destinies. But, my idol, I cannot reach 3,000 miles with my hand. It is only my heart that can and does span a continent. Today, my darling is 21 and is 5.5 feet high. If you keep on, you will be as old and as tall as I am.
10 days later, November 27th, 1869, Thursday night, I got your letter written on my birthday. I had already begun to guess your wish. In wishing on a ring, it is said that if the ring is not taken off nor comes off, the wish will come to pass. My answer is, the ring is still where you placed it, on the hand I'm writing with, and has been there since the 20th of June.
December 8th. It makes me so happy to learn the answer to my wish.
December 24th. Did you ever hear of a place not big enough to swing a cat in? My little room is just such a place, but tomorrow morning I shall finish dressing the last stall for the girls in my Sunday school class, and then I can have a little room to move in. I was reading your last letter in the library when Grandma came and sat down, and I read it aloud to her, and her eyes filled with tears. And she said, "Give him lots of love from me."
Christmas, 4 p.m., 1869. My pretty cherry, my blooming moss rose, my darling girl, priceless jewel, my precious treasure, my guiding genius, my guardian angel, my sweet darling, my life and my love, and more than all and better than all, my own Lizzie, a Merry, Merry Christmas to you.
January 2nd, what shall I say, or where commence? Yesterday was New Year's Day. I had a cold, but was trying to be agreeable when Mama called me to come into the library. I expected a letter, but she handed me instead a package. Of course, I had no idea what it contained, and it wasn't long in getting the paper off and the box opened, and there it was. It is beautiful, elegant, and from John. You chose it, and had it been a very simple gift instead of what it is, it would still have been John's Merry Christmas. I can't look at it without saying, it's John's ring. The color of the emerald is so beautiful, and it is very precious to me. I put it on and said to Papa, don't you think we ought to go out to San Francisco? Then, like a little goose, I just put my head down and started crying. I don't think it was in the least smart, but I couldn't help it. He said, there, we'll see. We'll send for him. Now don't get excited, old boy, for I don't want you to expect us as you did before.
My own darling, Happy New Year. 1869 is now my favorite of all the years, for it brought me the trusting heart of Lizzie. It lit up my future with the presence of the being who is to walk through life with me, the dear partner of my joys and sorrows. It crowned my life with a new and better life.
January 4th. John, old boy, you are foolish about me. Just wait and I will show all the bad there is in me. When I showed your picture to Grandma Park, she took me alone and asked all sorts of questions about you. She's a very particular old lady and notional, so I tried to ease her mind, even if I did praise you more than you deserve. She will want to have a long talk with you on the subject of religion. To her, a Christian must have a hard life and look always upon the dark, unhappy side of life. While I know that if a person loves God, that should make them much happier and better. My life has been a continuation of blessings, and everything that love or money could get, my mother and father have given me, and what I have no right to expect, God has given me. You say I'm getting vain, and you're afraid you're spoiling me, but haven't I warned you against that all along? I may be an angel to you, silly fellow, but I am a dreadfully earthy one. Open that watch of yours, and you can't say that face has much of the angelic about it. Who ever heard of an angel with a diamond and emerald ring on her finger? You must control your imagination, my friend, or it will place Lizzie so high up that when you really see her, the fall may hurt her. I'm truly getting quite an admiration for this perfect girl you talk so much about, and only wish I might know her sometime.
January 14, 1870. You dear little wild cherry. I was so delighted with the emerald that it makes me happy I sent it. Now don't you go swap my wish ring off for your emerald. Let me see your finger with an Irish green guarded by two others. One to keep it from getting off your finger, the other to keep it from slipping over your wrist. Lizzie, that scene in the library with your father touches me very nearly. I will come over any time, my sweet angel, in the coming spring or summer or any other spring or summer. I ask my confiding girl to speak her whole heart to me. What is her wish? I don't want to press it if it is not now proper. But then I might know if I should write your father or how to prepare my business.
2 weeks later, January 27th, I got a little downhearted as it all looked so dark. John, I don't know how to answer your letter. One thing I feel certain of, for the good of us both, we should see more of each other. I feel certain of your love for me and of mine for you, but you mustn't forget we have never been together but a day or two for a week. When we shall meet, I can't tell. I haven't the least reason in the world to think we should go to San Francisco this winter. I don't know what to say. You know as well as I do that I want to see you, and the sooner the time comes, the sooner I shall be happy. Johnny came in this evening looking handsome, as you please, but he's too young for me. What do I care for boys of his age? I don't think much of a man till he is something over 30. Excuse the question, but how old are you?
The lead up to that is absolutely incredible. This is 4 months later, in April. Darling, I shall come to you very soon. Go straight to North Bennington, so I will come to you very soon. Go straight to North Bennington, so look for me 7 or 8 days after my departure from here. Don't let us have parties or excursions unless you wish it, for my time will be so short that I can't bear to lose much of it from you. Western Union Telegram, May 12, 1870. To Mrs. T.W. Park, I go up tomorrow, 8:30 by the Harlem Road.
June 1st, 2 a.m. It seems long days since you gave me goodbye. I'm alone in the library. As soon as you went downstairs, I went into one of the front rooms to watch the carriage out of sight, and then into my little room. Shut the door, opened the window, and waited for the train to start. I was very good, scarcely cried, and while I was waiting for the train to pass, Mama asked me, "When do you expect your first letter?" I hardly know. He said he might write a few words between here and Troy, but now Papa has gone with him, and I don't know when he'll have a chance today. She quietly put in my hand, "Your note written this morning."
John's note. My room, 6:15 a.m. Still more my darling than ever before. I am now engaged in the romantic operation of waiting for my boots. And hence my first letter. Now, my darling, you must be a good, happy girl, or some others you know will also be miserable. I slept some from 2 to 5 and want to learn soon that my darling did also. And then always I wish to hear that she sleeps soundly and sweetly, and until the day she puts John asleep, and after that she can tell me with her own lips how she rested. I'm in the parlor now, but goodbye, my darling. It is almost time for the second bell. I'm in the parlor now, and Bertie and Mama will talk, especially the latter. So goodbye, darling, my life, dear, dear Lizzie, only and ever your John.
In the meantime, the Parks do visit John in California.
And afterwards, Lizzie writes from Salt Lake City on May 29.
John, I used to love you and told you so long ago, and I meant it. But I didn't know, as I do now, how to love or what there was in it. When you said you loved me, I loved to hear it, and it made me happy. But there was a difference, a something which I can't describe. Though I heard it, I did not hear it with my heart, as I do now.
June 9. It makes no difference if the distance is 800 or 3,000, as my love can span the one as easily as the other. My hair and whiskers all went this afternoon at barber's. My hair is 1/8 of an inch long. All my whiskers, save my mustache. Some think it is better, some worse. Just wish I had a picture of myself to send, but I forbear. Just imagine any hairless object and you have me. June 28. 24th, a couple of weeks later, just back from the theater and saw, he's in San Francisco still, and just saw The Honeymoon. And if I thought I was to have such a hard time breaking you in, I think I should not go to North Bennington in the fall. I guess I'm the one Lizzie will have to break in. Only be easy, darling, is all I ask, for you know I am weak, and if you keep me so long in the chair every night giving me a good night, as you did in the evening of June 14th in Chicago, I fear you will wear me out with caresses. But I am yet willing to try even that.
My day's letter. I've been thinking a matter over for some time now and have come to one decision. My foot is down strong on it. We will not have a big wedding. My idea is that there should be no one here but our own household to be married quietly in the daytime without white dresses, etc. I in a plain traveler's dress and you as you please to correspond. What to do after we can talk over when you come. Mama asked Grandpa what he thought and it pleased him, as I knew it would. When will depend on when you get here. July 10th. Only a page tonight. Grandpa Park has died. He passed away very quietly at last. On to New York tomorrow.
August 4th, a letter from Lizzie's father, Trenner, that one, to John McCullough. I think it is possible that I should go to Europe the last of this month. I want to take Mrs. Park, Lizzie, and you with me and be absent perhaps 2 months. In that case, your marriage would come off sooner than has been talked of, as I am informed. Could you come on if I telegraph you and go with us? If you cannot, and I am compelled to go, Mrs. P. will not go, and I shall have to go alone. I would not like to be absent when Lizzie is married and cannot consent to it. And still, I may be compelled to leave here at any time after August 20th. I think you could arrange your business and come on. You must recollect that you may never be married but once, and a few days more or less cannot be of much account. I have written thus freely because I cannot bear to have Lizzie married in my absence, and if I go abroad, I am satisfied it would be pleasant for you and for her to accompany us. Very truly yours, Trenner W. Park. August 13. My own darling, I have been thinking it over. It undoubtedly gets my cases all up in a heap, but your father quaintly remarks, you may only get married once. That is good, once. He asks me to telegraph, and I shall this afternoon send to North Bennington. It will say, I will come on full week's notice. Now kiss me, darling, for I must go to the office, the telegraph office, that is. I went to the tailor and said, unless you can suit me this week, I must go without new clothes.
Western Union Telegram from Chicago, August 27th, 1871, to Trenner Park, North Bennington.
I leave here today at 5 for Albany, John G. McCullough. Entries from Lizzie's diary.
August 28th, Charlie went down to Albany at noon to meet John. The 29th, John arrived about 11 a.m. August 30th, busy all day. Evening at 8, John and I were married.
They sailed the following Saturday for Europe on a Cunard steamer, Calabria.